All right, next up is another video review. We're looking at a bench press, doing a technical analysis. So I wanted to back up this video a little bit more so we can see more of the setup because I have some setup critique for this video. I see that you're getting up onto your traps, which is good, and you're arching as much as you can, but your shoulders do not seem to be retracted. So it's not like you're pinching your shoulder blades together behind you. Your shoulders, you don't seem to be retracting your scapula very much. So that would be probably the biggest criticism that I've got for you from a technical standpoint for right now. One thing that you're going to find difficult is getting the bar out of the rack when you're in that position. You could set up further up the bench. You have plenty of clearance over the J hooks. Even just moving up the bench, 2 inches or something like that is going to be really helpful. So let's see. With that having been looked at, let's see if we can see anything else in terms of bar path or movement. You hear me say this to a lot of people. As you drive the bar off your chest, get it back over your shoulders by about mid-range, okay? And then it's more straight line path on the way up. So your path is kind of in an arc, and that's really not ideal. Instead of it being an arc like this, we'd like to see it more, back off the chest, back over the shoulders, get that arc sooner, and then it's straight up in the second half of the movement. Some exercises that you can do that will help with that. Well, primarily, and it always needs to be mentioned, that when you're training your competition exercise, that's your opportunity to practice your execution. So you can practice that correct bar path whenever you have competition exercises in your program. In terms of assistance exercises, chest level pin press is going to be a good one for you. Also, incline pin pressing and combinations of those two are going to be good for you. So incline bench, incline pin press, a low incline, like a 15-degree incline is another movement that is ideal for this. And then doing a pin press from those positions, from that low incline position is also a good idea. So there's plenty of options when it comes to assistance movements. When it comes to supplemental movements, I would split my time between chest and shoulders. So make sure that you've got plenty of overhead pressing, whether that's barbell military press or dumbbell overhead press, push press, machine work, something that's having you push a barbell or push a weight overhead, emphasizing shoulders. I think those are good movements that will be beneficial for you. In addition to that, don't neglect chest either, which your program should be constructed to balance those two anyway, but it bears repeating. So things like wide grip benching, dumbbell benching, dips, feet up benching, things like that are going to be helpful for chest development. And if you're doing those things, then I think your bases are pretty well covered. Just make sure that you're not getting lazy about it mentally, that you're continuing to focus on your execution when you're doing your competition exercise practice and so on. Keep pushing the weight when you can. I don't see anything here that's so bad that I think that it requires a technique focus. It's only a couple minor errors. Well, actually, let me rephrase that. Along with the scapular retraction piece, it's probably worth taking a couple workouts to focus on just technical execution, making sure that your shoulder blades are pulled together, making sure that you're focusing on your bar path and so on. But outside of that, this isn't like a terribly performed bench press or anything by any stretch. So once you get the hang of the new technique, make sure that you're continuing to add weight to the bar as your RPE permits. So I think that's about all I've got for you. Thanks for sending in the video.